It's a scorcher, gents. Woo, it's hot. I'm sweating quite profusely. This is completely out. I just finished it. It was red wrappery and a Peterson. Love it. So, that being said, let me just wipe all this sweat off my brow. It's like 1,000. It's 1,000 degrees, but it's 1,000. I wanted to answer Kirk Keener's 10 questions. I like these questions. It's not that I dislike any of the other questions. For some reason, I've found more time to YouTube lately. I don't know. So, I'm going to answer these questions after I take a sip of beer. Because it is hot. All right. Let me grab this sheet and shake the camera some more so you all can vomit. I kind of wanted to crank up the weed eater and put it behind the camera at the beginning of this, so Given's droid would appreciate that, but it didn't. Anyway, what is your favorite tobacco? Without a doubt, Samuel Gallus Full Virginia Flake. It is amazing. If you tried it and you didn't like it, you're smoking it too fast. Number 2, what do you think of tattoos? I think they're awesome. I admire tattoos, especially tattoos on the forearm. I think they're great. I really don't think that you can mess up with a tattoo. Obviously you could mess up with a tattoo, but if you try a little bit, you're good. Number 3, do you have any tattoos? No, I do not. Primarily because they're permanent. I know I said that you can't mess them up, but I'm always afraid. Like if I got a tattoo, let's say I got some awesome Celtic. Man, that's awesome. If I had some sort of awesome Celtic braid type thing on my forearm, which I think is super cool, I might go into a tattoo place like 3 months later and see one that's like mine, but a variant that's more cool than mine, and the whole permanent factor. Plus, they're expensive, especially like the really big ones. And I'd hate to drop $300-400 on something awesome that just turned out to be a little less awesome than something else that I found later. Because if I got into it, I'd probably get into it, and then I'd find something that I like better, and I'd never be able to make a decision on permanent. I admire people who have them. I think they're awesome. I've never seen one I didn't like. Mac or PC? I went through a Mac phase when I was in college, and when I got my first job. And I was in a Mac phase for quite a while, through when OS 10 came out originally, and through 10.1, 10.2, 10.3 even. But I found myself in a job that required me to work on several platforms, and one of them was Java. And OS 10 is a closed source PostX operating system, which is ridiculous. And so the Java JDK was distributed in binaries, and they were always a version or 2 behind, and you'd have to wait for the next version of OS 10 to come out before you could upgrade. So I had to drop the platform. So I did. And there's no regret there because that's ridiculous. Let's see. What's your favorite NFL team? I don't have one. As far as sports are concerned, I like players, not so much teams. It makes it easier because players tend to switch around teams a good bit, and that way I don't have any hard feelings. I like players who redefine sports. Like Tiger Woods or guys like that, where they redesign golf courses and extend fairways and things to compensate for the skill levels of these guys. And it's the same in every sport. There's occasionally, every decade or so, some guy comes in and just completely redefines everything because his skill level is so much higher than anybody else on the field. And I love those kind of guys. You can always tell with football who it is because I don't play fantasy football. I have, obviously, in an IT world, I have a lot of friends who do. And you go to the ESPN scout pages and stuff for fantasy football, and whoever is the #1 draft pick across the entire board for every single game, that guy is the kind of guys I like. Because I have real respect for people with that level of skill. What's your favorite season? Fall or summertime? I can't stand the winter, and I really can't stand the summer or the spring either because it has cold mornings. I can't stand cold weather at all. Um, it gets blistering hot and extremely humid. It's like living in a sauna here in Mississippi, and I would rather be in August's 115 degrees, 99% humidity. It feels like you're standing in an oven when you open the door to go to work. I would rather that year round than have 40 degrees Fahrenheit weather. I can't stand chill in the air. I hate cold. I'm sweating here, and it's extremely hot, and I would rather just be like this all the time than any cold weather. I can't stand it. Favorite beer is Newcastle. Newcastle is my favorite beer. I like dark ales, or brown ales. I like brown ales. I don't like porters or anything super dark, or a Guinness or anything like that. Guinness seems to be, well, Kilkenny's pretty good from the same brewery. It's more of a red, but it still kind of gives off the appearance of more viscous, like Guinness does. But I don't like those thick beers and porters and things like that. I like brown ales primarily, and wheat beers, especially in the summertime. Like right now, this is a wheat beer with blueberry in it. Really good. Sweetwater Blue from Atlanta. It's really good. It reminds me of my all-time favorite wheat beer, which is KLB Raspberry Wheat. But that's brewed in Toronto, and that's a long drive from Mississippi. What's your favorite cigar? It's going to be readily available. It's going to be Macanudo Maduro. That just a standard Macanudo Maduro, man. That's a good cigar. I like those cigars. Another one is I like Butera Royal Vintage. You can get them. They don't sell them everywhere, but they sell them in a lot of places. And the problem is since they don't sell them everywhere, you have to buy them by the box. And I'm not a huge cigar smoker, so I when I was smoking cigars a good bit, I had quite a few, but they're hard to come by, so I usually just stick to the Maduro. The best cigar I ever had, and if anybody could tell me what it was, that would be awesome. When I first started smoking cigars back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, it was I got this like starter kit or something, and it had this 7-inch 60 ring gauge monster cigar in it, and it had a purple band with like a chieftain head or something on it, like the full headdress Indian. And I have no idea what the brand was. And you know what? That might not even be the band, but that's what I remember it being. And it was the best cigar smoke, possibly the best tobacco smoke I've ever had in my life. It was amazing. But nowadays, I just kind of, I don't smoke cigars. I just kind of like the pipe better. I like the appearance better. I like the image of it. Not just the image of the pipe, but like the image of the pipe smoker, the persona, I like everything about the pipe. Its nostalgic factor, the artistry behind it. I just really like pipes. Do you play video games? What console? Favorite game? I'm off and on. I hadn't played a video game in a long time, maybe a year. But I kind of have fits where I'll go through and play for about 6 months or so, and then not. I only play like competitive online type games. Some co-op stuff like Diablo 2. I was big into Diablo 2. 10 years ago. And StarCraft, but that is a competitive game. I only played that competitively, ladder matches, that sort of thing. Last year I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 a good bit, and Team Fortress 2 on Steam. But I play on the PC. I have 4 Xbox 360s. But I use them for media center extenders so everybody can watch TV and share recordings and that sort of thing. I don't think any of my 360s have booted a game in probably 2 years. since Gears of War. I played Gears of War when it first came out. The original one. I hadn't played Gears of War 2. That was years ago. And the final one, where do you order your online tobaccos? Primarily, I covered this in the last video, primarily smokingpipes.com. Occasionally I'll order from Four Noggins, Mars Cigars, places like that. Just wherever the price is better for the collective. When I'm ordering, 4 or 5 blends, I tally them up at each shopping cart. Whichever one comes up the cheapest by the penny, that's when I go with. Usually it's smokingpipes.com. They're usually the cheapest. Anyway, that is my answers to your questions. And I've enjoyed the responses from everybody else. I thought they were pretty cool questions. And I hope you enjoyed my answers as much as I enjoyed giving them. So, God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.